Hello everyone, this is Q&A with Shintaro Higashi, and today we're going to do what are the three top advice you have for dojo owners? And I want to approach this in sort of three different ways. I don't want to give a businessy answer all across the board or like a pedagogical answer all across the board. So I'm going to kind of pick and choose from each category. The first advice that I have is sort of business related. It is to keep good metrics. A lot of the times you spend your whole life doing judo, you get good at judo or BJJ or karate or whatever it is, and then you develop no business skills. It's very, very important when you're starting off running a school that you keep good business metrics. And by that, I mean the number of people coming to your website, the number of people calling in or emailing, the number of people actually showing up for a trial, the number of people who are signing up, and the number of people who are actually staying and keeping their memberships going. Once you kind of have a good estimate on the number of those people, right, then you could say, okay, this many percentages of people are calling, this many percentage of people are signing up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you kind of sort of know exactly where the gaps are in the steady pipeline of membership that are coming through your school, your business, right? If you don't know these things, then you're going to be in trouble. It's like, man, because sometimes I feel like, oh man, no one's calling in or no one's coming in for a trial, right? Where is sort of the break in this pattern, right? Are their phones not being answered? Is the follow-up not being tight? Or am I not, given a good customer experience on the first time when they're coming to try judo, right? You can kind of pinpoint exactly where things are going wrong. And that's really, really important to be able to do so. Now, on top of that, you need to also keep a profit and loss situation, right? What are you spending on your staff? What are you spending on materials? All this stuff. And then, at the end of the day, what is coming in? Because that's very important, right? To be able to run a dojo, you need money coming in. Because if you're coming into the dojo, spending all your time teaching judo, but you're losing money every month, that's not very good, right? So the first advice is know your business metrics. Very, very important stuff. I think I did a podcast about it before, so you could definitely check that out. It's like the business side of judo or the business side of the dojo, something of that nature. All right, the second advice I have for dojo owners is to keep an open mind and keep training yourself. I understand sort of this advice that people have about you want to be at a school where the coach is actually the coach and he's not training with the students, because then they could fully give all their attention to you, right? But if the coach isn't doing some sort of training on their own, then their knowledge is going to get limited, right? Martial arts, judo, jiu-jitsu, it's always evolving. It's always new things happening, right? So maybe your instructor doesn't roll or work out and do randori with you in the class, but they should have some sort of working out that they do on their own, where they're trying to expand their mind and learn and try new things. I think that's one of the most important things I have for a dojo owner. It's very, very easy to get wrapped up in actually just running the business and keeping the lights on and doing all this administrative stuff and teaching the classes. You forget to take care of your own self, and you forget that you decided to go into this business because you love martial arts, you love judo. So that's going to be my number two advice. Keep learning, keep learning. All right, advice number three, let's take it sort of a little bit more of a pedagogical approach, right? We have sort of business, growth of the instructor, and then the next thing is community building. It is very imperative, I think, in my humble opinion, that you develop a culture of learning in the classroom. You don't develop this sort of individualistic, like me, I want to win, but you sort of develop this collectivist thing where everyone is sort of looking out for each other, a community of learners that have each other's best interests at heart, right? And that leads to a safe environment. That leads to sort of a growth mentality overall. And the mass psychology of the dojo really takes over and slowly but surely weeds out the people who are sort of going to be toxic, not going to be the types of people that you want in the room, right? Because they're not going to fit in. If you have sort of this free-for-all, everyone's, I'm going to be the chair, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be that, and, you have that kind of a room. First of all, it's dangerous. No one's going to want to take care of your beginners and teach the beginners. And then you have a bunch of selfish athletes that are going to try to hurt a lot of the other athletes. So that's going to be my third advice. You want to develop a very safe and friendly community of learners. And that's my third advice. I could go on forever with this stuff, but that's three. If you have any more questions, please leave it in the comments below. And thank you very much.